Welcome back, Prison Architect fans, another episode of Evan Better Presents. And this is, of course, Alpha 20. You know, I almost wasn't going to do a Prison Architect this month. I just kind of needed a break. Alpha 19 with its various issues, and the failure and that finale where I just basically cut it short because I got too frustrated with how much the game was glitching out there. I almost didn't do an Alpha 20, but then I watched the Alpha 20 video from Intervision. Oh my god, does this ever look like a lot of fun. We actually have proper goals and conditions now. So, I'm going to create a new prison right here. I'm going to start with a small prison. We're going to start and play this properly kind of like we did in Alpha 18. Okay? So here we go. Alright, so here's our prison. And while I design the way this prison's going to be, and it's going to be a different design than normal here. So we are going to go for a center position, kind of like that, or whatever, something like that, I guess. Okay, prison cells are all going to face this. And we're not going to go for a very large prison here. No. This is the change we're doing here. This is going to be completely different. But anyway, the prison. What's different about Alpha 20? Well, they've added things like reform, being able to actually see what your reform regime has been doing. So the reform regime that existed actually serves a purpose now. Oops, one more. There we are. So, the whole idea is that you don't want your prisoners to reoffend, right? You want to keep them on the straight and narrow. You want them to be good, upstanding individuals. Well, you can do that now. You can actually do that now. You can actually make these guys into properly reformed individuals. And a lot of this has to do with, I want this thing to be 20, 21. Let's get 21 from the street. So yeah, the whole goal of it is now that you want to be able to reform your prisoners. Is that right? Did I do that right? No. Let's bring this back one. Excuse me. Sorry. So we're going to reform our prisoners. The whole idea is that you want to monitor how they're doing, and they have a whole checklist of things that determine how they're making out in your prison. So I really think that is really cool. Also, there are now failure conditions that never existed before. So if you say, here, let's pause time. If you lose control of your prison for whatever reason, sorry, give me a half sec here. Bed, toilet. Yeah, if you lose control of your prison and a riot breaks out, the CEO, you remember him, he actually, instead of just sending me this stupid letter here, goodbye, he actually will give me a phone call and say, hey, you've got 12 hours to get your prison back under control. If you don't get your prison back under control, the National Guard's going to come in and you are going to have failed. So, dum. There's a way to fail the game now that never existed before. Maybe that's too generous. The failure conditions actually exist. They never existed before. Now they actually exist. So it's really in our best interest to try and have a prison that runs smoothly. You know, a prison that actually functions. I just thought of something. How am I supposed to get into the middle of this thing? Am I only putting this many prison cells? No, that's silly. That shouldn't do that. So if that's going to be the canteen and the yard and the shower... Alright, so that doesn't fit quite right. I'll probably finish the planning for this thing off screen just because I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. But for right now. So, the prison actually has a purpose now. And there are actual goals to achieve. And if, say, you have a riot and you don't quell your riot like you're required to, the National Guard comes in, and the game fails. You can't control the computer anymore, or the game. The game fails, you fail, and you have to watch the National Guard go through and sweep your prison and just fuck everyone's day up and murder everybody. So that's kind of a big failure condition. I mean, that's a serious thing that can happen now, and that never used to be a thing. The neatest thing, though, at the end of the promotion video for Alpha 20 is if, say, you have a murder spree because of a riot, say you quell that riot, and then boom, so many people get murdered. Well, the CEO calls you up and says, like, yesterday was disgusting. I mean, it was a dark day in your prison. There were way too many people getting murdered. You failed. You failed miserably. And as a result of your failure, you're now being incarcerated for criminal negligence in your own prison. So the CEO actually basically gets you arrested and placed in your own penitentiary. Isn't that frickin' wild? I love that. So now you're in your own penitentiary, and you have to deal with that. You have to sit there and deal with the fact that you are now a prisoner in your own prison. What the hell? Could you imagine that? Could you imagine being a prisoner in your own bloody prison? That would be devastating. Holy shit, would that ever be awful. But now that's a possibility. And it was pretty cool, because you could actually control your character and move him around. I think if they can allow you to actually interact as a prisoner, so you could have a work detail, you could have a food detail, you could get into a fight, you could, steal contraband from a cleaning cupboard, you could poison someone with it. All that shit, I think that is the future. If you could do that kind of stuff, that is going to add so much replayability to this game. Because right now it's kind of like, okay, I can do X this and X that. And alright, it's all about making sure the prison works well. But if you could actually do that kind of thing, that'd be freaking amazing. So, I really hope they implement that kind of thing. So we're not going to try for super duper looper Katuper prison right now. No, sir. We're going to try for the basic, simple prison. We're actually going to try and survive our own prison. Because it's been a while since I've had to do that. Those, of course, are going to be 2 power generators. And our water generator will be here. Okay. That will be that room. This room... Excuse me. How big did the... Oh, look at that. Thank you. That's a little easier to spot now. That works a little better. The colors are a little bit more vibrant. Thank you very much. Introversion, I do love you. You guys do make a fun game. What was I going to do? Offices. It has to be 4x4. That's what I was looking for. I was thinking of sticking the offices out here, but I don't know if I can fit 4x4 rooms in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 2, 3, 4. I think that's you only need 4, right? 4 offices? I don't remember. No, I don't. But anyway, oh, I'm getting way ahead of myself here. I need to set up the deliveries and garbage area and the exports area. How silly of me. Totally forgot about that. I'd like to have one centralized power spot too, so maybe I should make this big enough to expand to one more. And turn this into the cleaning cupboard or something. It's 3 by 3. 1, 2, 3, yeah. That could be the cleaning cupboard. Whatever the hell fits in there is the cleaning cupboard. Alright, so 3 power plants, 1 water supply. That'll cover everything. Offices over here. We've got a general idea of our prison layout. Let's just keep that locked off for right now so I know that that's the wall. But yeah, so reform is now a big issue. And you actually want to try. Not that I never didn't try. I always tried. I always tried. Always tried to help these guys. They didn't help themselves. That's not my fault. You always want to try and help the prisoners. Now we're actually really going to try and help the prisoners. So we're actually going for a proper playthrough with financing, with proper prison reform. And we'll start off with a small prison like this, move up to a medium prison, and with any luck, the prison will then maybe get to a large prison. It's hard to tell. These playthroughs, you know, they usually eat themselves up in a month, which is the time frame I usually play this game. I have to decide how I'm doing things. I probably should replicate that over here at least. So yeah, like we're going to try this playthrough. It's going to be exactly how you should actually play this prison. How to play the game. I'm not going to screw around. Alpha 19 was a fun time doing that. Those are way too big, aren't they? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they are way too big. And I got the dimensions wrong right off the bat. Fudge. Look at this. How did I screw all these up? What the hell's wrong with me? Bed, toilet, door. That's how the layout is supposed to be. So yeah, we're going to go for a proper prison again. We're going to play this game the way it's supposed to be played. You know, the end, we'll save the shenanigans for the very end. That's where we'll get crazy, and that's where we'll do some stupid shit and break things and have all that fun that we love to do. And, you know, now that we're not going for 1,000 prisoners like Alpha 19, that was a milestone. That's all that was. We've done it. We never have to do it again. The game is not optimized for that kind of a prison. It was a poor prison. It was poorly laid out. This is a far better layout. Everything's centralized. The workshops, the yard, the shower, all of that's going to be right in here. The kitchen and canteen, or sorry, the workshops and shit will still be over here because the workshops and stuff still need access to the deliveries area a little bit more efficiently. But if we have room, we'll stick it right in here. And then we'll stick visitation over here. Obviously, we could probably put the yard in here as well. So this is the whole point of this being big. We'll maybe have to put the kitchen over here or over here or something like that. But the idea is I want to keep everything centralized, as centralized as possible, which will just eliminate our guys having to walk long distances, which was one of the big failures of my last prison, is that it was too big and there were way too many people taking long frickin' strolls to get anywhere. And that ruined the prison, if I do say so. So, hopefully this is going to be an interesting one where we don't have the issues. I've gotten pretty good at managing the prisoners now. I know what the regime what kind of regime they like. Oh, free time is a bad thing now. They don't care for large amounts of free time. You have to keep them doing stuff. Which is interesting, because it never was that way before, right? So now, free time is not a good thing, large amounts of free time. You can't just give them all free time and expect everything to run crystal smooth. It doesn't work that way any longer. No, it doesn't. Why do I keep erasing that? I want to keep that there so I know what I'm doing. There we go. So like I said, this is just going to be a small prison on purpose. I don't want a big, huge bastard of a prison. I'm not interested in doing something like that just yet. 1, 2, 3, 3. The whole premise is I want to be able to do a couple of interesting things. Like, I want to intentionally fail at some point so I can be a prisoner in my own prisoner, but that's going to be towards the end. And I'll probably I might do that like closer towards the finale, or maybe that'll be the finale. I don't know. I don't know. Now, you guys were asking me like, oh, what are we going to do? Well, I don't know yet. I don't exactly know what I'm going to do. Oops, that's the hallway. Alright, I'll erase that now, because now I know what I'm doing here. Can I fit one more set of cells? Unfortunately, I don't think I can, because I don't think I can build... Yeah. Can't build on that particular spot there, so... That's unfortunate. But not a big deal. 1, 2... Actually, if I go like this, I should be able to. That only gives no one space to walk, but... Decisions. What to do with you? It's not my traditional way of doing things, but I could always expand the prison out that way, so that's the way we'll do it for now. And these are small prison blocks anyway. So yes. We're going to keep the population of the prison, even our large prison, to under 600, like 500. We're going to max it off at 500, and we'll make it for sure maxed off at 500. I don't want to go over 500 anymore. Prison works best at below 500 prisoners, so we're going to keep it that way. There we go. That works. Alright, so there's our basic prison layout. I don't really know how many people are in this prison at the moment. How many cells I've got. Wasn't counting. Doesn't matter. The basic layout is this. And we'll just connect up. Okay. So, thanks for watching, guys. Next episode, I'll have some walls down, and hopefully we'll be getting things started here, okay? So, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next episode.